Hello guys, welcome everyone to today's edition of setup guiding here on rFactor 2. As you can hear, we are already in the UI, currently checking for the skin that I should have, but I do not have. Either way, no time for me to care about the skin. We're on to the track in the Diriyah E-Prix. And well, as I've already mentioned, um, I'm going to do a setup guide for the Formula E car around the Diriyah circuit, and I hope you will enjoy this tonight. Um, it's weird. For some reason, you thought remember seeing something posted on Instagram. Uh-oh. Didn't know if this was to you being part of it. Not really. I have at least not. I have no idea whether we have something coming up there or not. Anyway, we are now going to bear with me real quick. Okay, now I got this. We're now going out on track on the Diriyah E-Prix circuit, and we're trying to build a setup which is, you know, kind of basic for the rFactor 2 needs. Um, we'll roughly have a 30-35 minute of setup session, and then we're gonna run into a competition race at 21:45. So you guys will surely appreciate that. And we are now going to work a little bit on setup straight away, just trying to find the right view. Probably this is the best one for right now. Okay, so let's start with the basics, going into the setup area where we are managing the car. First of all, powertrain, nothing really you can set. There is a fixed gear, you can set it longer or shorter. We will see whether we need the VMAX gear or whether we just stay in the first one. We'll find out about that. On the radiator tape, we can see whether 50 is alright. Region mode always up. And well, the E-motor torque map. This is attack mode, but in the race you will only be able to run 200 kilowatts. So that's what we're going to run with. On the tires, the usual things, minimum pressure. On the brake bias, well, you need to set this up. And on the brakes, duct tape. Let's see whether we can run like this. Maximum pedal force. You don't want to lock up by all means. So yeah, we'll need to find a little bit of need to find how we are going to do this. Front flap angle 15 or 20. We're gonna quickly find out whether that is which one of these is the best. And then for the suspension, we just leave it right now at the very beginning to where it is while we go out on the track. Caster, we want to probably build up as much as we want or as much as we can. On the steering wheel, you want to have a rather high wheel range lock and steering distribution all the way to the back. So yes, I do have Huizingfeld sprints. We're in the Mercedes, and well, we're about to leave pit road. This is amazing. And then we learn a little bit about the track first. It's just a single gear here in the Formula E car. Oops. And this is what I mean. This is certainly the thing you don't want to do at all, which is getting into a slide. This is due to the region mode when you are off the throttle. Car is very understeery, and it takes up a lap or two till you get up to tires, tire temperature really. Onto the back straight we go. .200 is absolutely fine, you don't need much more. And first of all, what you do is you just go flat out in a Formula E just to see how quick can you actually go. And then you check how much energy you're burning with this. And this is why we're not doing any lift the coast right now, but just plain push it as much as you can. Because first of all, of course, you want to know the track again, you want to get into the rhythm, into the flow, you want to understand what is the setup doing. Like, this is too understeery, right there. No chance to keep it out of the wall at this stage, and here I'm always late on the turning point. Easy on the brakes here, turning around. The battery and the energy mode is set for 30-minute races, so that will pretty much give you an idea. And I will later on obviously jump into the driving view as per usual, but for right now we just keep it as this for you guys to fully understand and see what's going on. So we have a consumption 5.28% of battery per lap in the full push mode, and we also do have a lap time. Whether that's representative, I think we're gonna find out fairly soon. The soft end is way too stiff. Not going around the corners as I want it, really. This is a bit quicker here, for sure. They are sort of fun to drive because challenging. They are not particularly quick, as you know, in the long, like just in the straights and everything. But they are challenging to drive. And actually I need to see whether I want to use the other gear, whether that gives me any sort of advantage or disadvantage. So we're coming around the corner to set a faster lap time, 1 minute 13.1. I'm gonna take that as a reference real quick, and I'm gonna start calculating. So we have a 30-minute race times 60 is 1,800 seconds, and we use 73 seconds per lap, which means at this pace we travel 25 laps, and 25 laps means we have a maximum amount of fuel consumption or energy consumption of 4.0, and what were we using? 5.3 something. So there you go, need to do something about that. So I'm gonna crank up the wing, and I'm gonna bring down the ARB. And just for, no, I can't use it for reference because I've now changed the wing. So you need to go out again. 28 minutes to go. Want to make sure we have maximum regen. Yep. And power 200 kilowatts. This is much better. Oops. Yeah, cold tires. It's actually a thing on these cars, ironically. So, since we have the possibility, go into the big driving view for now. With the regen mode pushing on the back, it's just a bit too much engine braking at the rear. Despite we now slightly locked up the fronts. But you'll see a time improvement probably straight away as the front end just has a bit more bite, which is much appreciated here. Will especially come down now. This is a much quicker section in this car now. This time not even into the wall. Not yet. Lost a little bit of momentum right here. Let us see how the second lap will be. Bit better exit here. Top speed disadvantage. Not really. This is probably, you know, those cars, they hardly produce any aerodynamical performance anyway. One minute 12.9. Ooh, into the barrier. F. I need a better lap though, as in it's a bit too twitchy on the rear now. Like the front bite is alright, but now we need to fix the rear. But there is easy fixes for the rear. Run detached ARB. I think that is my only issue right now. Despite the ARB is kind of appreciated to a certain extent that we want to have rotation. But especially when the region mode is on, then can easily lose it. If I could stop hitting that anti-cut curb, it would be amazing. Okay, I give it another lap. And actually if I just go a little wider, turn in a little later, then I get a better angle for this one. Yes, exactly. A tenth more quack. But look at the energy supply. So, a 12.3 with 5.3 of energy. We know that is too much, so now I'm going to see whether the other gear is given us something in terms of the straight line performance, somehow power efficiency. See if a longer gear is more smart. I want to open the diff so that the rear end is quite open, quite, well, not loosey, but open as such. I want to even increase further on the lock because the steering lock, the car really likes just small turning on the steering wheel, and right now we're doing a little bit too much, I assume. Next up we go on the suspension. I change the view again real quick. I go even softer on the front, click softer on the rear. I take down the rear right height. Oh no, I keep it up actually, just for the rotation. But I'm gonna detach the rear anti-roll bar and see whether that helps. And that's it for the moment. See whether we can improve. And if we do improve, then or we'll explore a bit further. But then also we will have to check on some other things, such as how long can we really run with the car. The car is a lot more predictable now. Even perhaps a tad too lazy. No racing, we need to change a few things because there, there is some effects that arise when you change one thing and when you know already some settings to counter steer them or to counteract them, and you know that this other consequence is not doing a big harm, then you can change a couple of things at the same time. Car is a lot more predictable now, but I wonder whether that is due to the other gear or due to the car itself. So I think I already have a preference regarding the gears. Ooh. It shows... you can't see that right now. It shows actually down here where it says 0.00 in the blue. That's where you're gonna see the consumption. And I just need to do one lap really. Like right now on the top delta, it's me gaining a bit and me gaining a fair bit right here. If it doesn't harm me in the acceleration, then there is possibility of it being quicker. But I'm not allowed to F up the exits and stuff. Oh, F. Yeah, don't try to brake late in an FE. It's just bonkers. Too quick. Too quick. Yeah, maybe a bit stiffer rear spring again. Wouldn't probably hurt. Gianmarco Fitucci, I'm going to race the Formula E race in 25 minutes on the competition system. So go start your rFactor 2, sign up to the series, let's go. We got one race in 20 minutes. No, I can't see this gear faster. Apart from that straight line. Where it is a tad faster indeed. Oof. But it is slower in the acceleration zones, that's for sure. F. Okay, I leave this right here, because it's just... LOL Gianmarco. Well, have to set priorities, eh? A click stiffer with a spring rate again will make the car more rotating in the back. And I'm gonna turn down the right height at the front to give it a bit more rake, a bit more front bite still. And then we go back on the gear because it was crappa. Where is the gear? There is the gear. Front radiator tape, we put it even lower. And then we go driving again. And in the meanwhile, I'm checking. Keo, I missed that so much. Keo, thank you so much for a €10 straight donation. So sorry for missing that out. And Juan Chonguara, thank you for your subscription. Yep, I can switch the scenes next time. In the meanwhile, I'm having a quick calculation going on. Well, not yet, but I will have another push lap to see if the car is faster. You see that the rear spring is already working the car a bit more slidey on the entries and stuff, and that's not really what you want to have in a Formula E car. I don't know what you guys are about a Formula E Accelerate Championship. Is there something announced that I have somehow missed? So one or two final push laps, then we need to get into energy management, a key fact in the car. A little bit of a bong with the wall. Ow, ow. So, next lap needs to be the fast one. Did I say fuel management? I meant energy management. Too much petrol heading. Excuse me. So, let's try to be quick. Better exit out of here. Ooh. Ah, wall. Ow. Yeah, sometimes you know already when it's going to happen. As much as the rear end is very, very lively, as much as this is kinda great, I will pump up the coast a little bit to give a bit more stability. But yeah, this is much faster. Four and a half tenths. Lukao, thank you for your follow, much appreciated. I'll try to make it without touching the wall this time. Yeah, much better exit around here. Not into the barrier this time, great. The tricky thing really with this car is qualifying, in all fairness. Because in the qualifying is where you really need to smash the car big time around those turns. Yeah, just a little less coast and then we're good. Okay, so 1 minute 12. You guys wanted to change the view. I will put red tape 100. Amazing. Coast and preload. Pump them up and that will gain us stability on the brakes. And off the throttle, I will go a click further to the brake bias still. And last but not least, I will crank up the slow rebound by 2 clicks. Okay, so again, 30 minutes times 60 divided by 72. It's 25 laps. That is 4% of energy consumption allowed. Oof. Let's aim for 4.5 because that's where it's probably going to be. Remember, 4.5 in energy harvesting, we will get slower. I will go back a click with the front ARB. So, and now I will change. Now I keep this view. As you see the energy management right now, there is now 2 and 3 very important things. One of it is, look, when I release the throttle, the number turns blue and starts charging. So that is the region mode harvesting energy. This is the first thing for efficiency. The second thing for efficiency is, like, this is not allowed. You are not allowed to counter steer, you're not allowed to fight the rear end at all. Because every slide, every correction, every rear end that you need to catch like this means energy being not able to be harvested back again. So you cannot get the energy back because you're wasting the energy by sliding, you're wasting the energy on additional friction, you're just wasting energy that cannot be regained under braking. And then last but not least, very important is to get the right lifting done. So early enough of lifting, late on the brakes, harvest as much energy as possible to get more battery charge back again. And that's what we're going to try now. See where we end up with this. So you lift early, short into the brakes, easy around these turns, early lifting, coasting around the turn, coasting around this turn as well, a little bit too much sliding, only semi-throttle really. When you are unsure about whether you're going to make the corner, semi-throttle is really a nice way of percentage of some power to be just deployed. You see, it's a total different driving. Hardly any brakes whatsoever. 7.5 off. Lifting off the brake, the throttle, no brakes whatsoever. Waiting after the apex, let the car go. Of course we are a second slower than on the full push mode. But remember, we need that energy. Here is obviously where you need to brake, no doubt. Then get a good and decent exit. Let the car go. Open the steering early enough. Early on the harvesting, going around the corner. And then we have energy consumption of 3.44. Which means in hindsight, we can push more. Obviously, I do have a little bit of a background advantage, having raced in Diriyah for the Formula E Accelerate series last year. But still, there was some update to the car. Don't do that slide, as I said. So you see what's the difference between full power, no lift and coast at all, and having loads of lift and coast. It's nearly 2% of energy consumed, whatever. Yeah, 150 meters early on the lift. This was very inefficient with locking up the front right instead of harvesting the energy. I mean, of course, we're a bit faster now. So last lap was a 13.6, this is a 12.9 with 4% of energy harvesting, and this is where we need to be. 4%. for 25 laps, especially since we run 1 minute 13s. This will be enough for 25 laps in a 30-minute race. And then there is the simulation of attack mode required. Attack mode will be, I think, 2 minutes. And this is where we're gonna simulate it now before binding a button. It's a very bad lap. Yes, JT, I'm using the 30-minute bat. So I'll enable the attack mode right now because I have no button mapped. You have to go here and there, and then attack mode is enabled. And you see directly how much quicker it is, but it uses more energy, and you need to make up that energy during the race as well. And you have to use it twice in the race. And you see this is already a bit more tricky. Car is a lot more aggressive on the rear, and when there is more engine on the power, there's also more energy on the regen pulling. Means the rear end is snapping more violently whenever you just release the throttle, as you can see right now. So you have to be very touch and go with the throttle and make use of the throttle to stabilize the car in the braking zones. It sounds absolutely rubbish, I do know that. But this is exactly how it is, because a little bit of throttle will disable the regen. So we're coming back on the point where we don't want to brake at all. Of course we don't want to use the throttle to brake off the regen as well. But if you are sliding too much, so you rather go slow into the turn and then be on the throttle already. 1 minute 12.3, 4.3 on the on the energy consumption. That is quite standard though. Someone just try to coast on a bit more. Effectively nothing much changes with attack mode. You just coast in the same spots for the same distance. Perhaps a tad longer because coming quicker at there. You still need to be efficient AF on the car itself. And then you'll see what is the difference. This is very bad for the efficiency. Also bad for the lap time. So we could make this a PB. Despite lifting and coasting, because this turn is pretty much the same with it. But here, look at the acceleration, and this is where we gain a big chunk of time early on the lifts, turning around, and it is a PB by 50,000, still 4.1% of energy, and now we can go straight into a quali simulation, full beans, whatever the car gives us. And then you'll see a big difference in driving again. This is still bad to slide the car there, sorry about that. Yeah, try to brake as much as possible in a straight line, then you're good to go. AKA, conserving the battery is needed. If you drift all around, you waste your energy on the drift. As stupid as this sounds. You're not allowed to drift the car like I'm doing it right now. So we're going for another lap. 5.91 on the battery, and I promise you, if I don't slide the car around as much, if I just drive it straight and don't crash like stupid into the wall, I would have had chances to have a lower fuel energy consumption. Okay, so this is where we are. on the setup. We have 6 minutes to go. I'm still not 100% convinced. Those jumps are too big. I'll leave it with what it is right now. On the suspension, nothing really to further set. Oops. I mean, I can go with the dampers a bit further. I want to have probably a bit more stability on the rear when going on throttle. The front, the weight at the front is actually alright, so we can keep that. Yes, Kevin, I can do in the 0.2 faster. Front brake duct tape maximum. I will go pedal 4 is 85 actually. I just don't want to lock up by all means. And the last change is to try and give this car a little less camber. Both front and rear. Just to see. Oh, before I forget. Session controls. Not session controls. Real controls. Calibrate control. Sign control. Arm attack mode. We'll reset the DRS flap with this real quick. So I need to do faster than an 11 point. What was it? 11.9 before I pushed hard. So I'm back on 200 kilowatts for standard driving. AKA, I don't think I have done that yet, no. So let's see whether we're faster with it. Would be interesting to see. I would be surprised if the caster, if the low camber would work, but you never know. And even if it just gives us that little bit less front bite to keep the car more in line, then this is already an improvement. We're not doing any saving right now, we're just going full beans. Oh, I have to be quick. Front tire temp, let's go. Can't afford the second warm-up lap. Oh no, session is finished. Yeah, to prevent me from overdriving it. Yeah, never mind. I'll test it in the free practice session. Setup, save, MH10, F, E, Diriyah, let's go. Save set, leave, exit. Let's see whom we are racing against that in the competition area. We are signed up. We can register for the 30-minute race. Let's go, guys. At least 4 people. I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be a fun race, and I hope you have enjoyed the setup guide so far. Now we see how good it works in the race. It didn't feel bad what we had on the set with the camber. So we're going to find out how good is it really. And yeah, before we get into the session, guys, you appreciate surely some little bit of intro clips before we actually advance into the free practice here on the Formula E race in Diriyah, guys. Thank you so much for being with us tonight. And yeah, we see you then in 2 minutes. So guys, welcome back on our way onto the competition server, and yeah, well, JT, he has asked whether I was using the 30-minute battery. Yes, I was using it for the testing, but in all honesty, I have signed up with a 45-minute battery on the competition because I believed that this was probably possible. Look at it, we can have a look actually against the setup from last year from the Formula E Accelerate series. So they had higher tire pressure. I think they were just giving us the baseline setup in all honesty, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, they were just giving us the baseline. So yeah, doesn't make any sense to compare it really. Right, let's go and see what that battery actually is. Is it 45 minutes? I assume it is. So yeah, you can now throw overboard everything that I just said about energy harvesting. Probably none needed at all. We'll see in 2 laps time. As soon as we've done 2 laps, we'll see A for the lap times, B for the energy used. Okay, the attack mode is working. That's goody. Gonna use that in the free practice for once at least. So Christoph 114.1. Its width race starts in 15 minutes. And XYO, yes, I believe every Formula, or most of the Formula E tracks are coming to rFactor too. So, one full send. F into the wall. Thank you. Oh no. I didn't want you to crash. Ow. Yeah, don't do that in the race. We are pushing though. Let's hope so, BS Power. And I can see where this is going already. So 3.47. You can use whatever you want on the bat. F. Jimmy! Next time please fix a server. This is a bit of a shame because now obviously, you know, with no saving required whatsoever, it's going to be of a mem. You know what I mean? Oh, later. Ayrton, you should come to rFactor 2 for sure. So attack mode armed. Uh-oh. Arm. Active. Let's go. Let's push. Car is already damaged. Now it's completely damaged. Copy. Just gonna park it and do a quali run. I guess I will keep the upper camber. I think it's faster. Yes, it's with stylish Jake. Oh no. XYO, yes. The competition system is any good indeed. This is a competition system race. Obviously now one could argue whether it has enough of players right now. It's probably more the fact that the Formula E car is not as popular, sadly. I mean, just as most of the guys here on the stream are like, nah, this is Formula E, weird sound and blah blah blah. Yeah. It is something different indeed. Yes, Ayrton, the rFactor 2 competition system is new. It's still a bit in beta condition, but oh well. Because the race mode of this car is 220 kilowatts, 200 kilowatts, not 220. It has still the old engine regulations. Italy. And I'm not sure, I don't think in the race they run 1 minute 9s, did they? Also, I think they changed the chicane after the starting straight a bit, compared to this version. This is the Diriyah E-Prix track. Aye. Missed it. Oof. Nearly missed it again. What a shame, not a good lappy. One minute 12. Ah! Yeah, bonk, bonk, and another one. That was a good one. But the damage, F. Completely choked on the brake now. Bonk. Interesting, there should be more grip than I had before, but I just can't put it onto the straight. Anyway, qualifying is up in a couple of moments. A bit less filled. Alright, actually. AKA Quadcom, I don't think it is public, in all honesty. Right, here we go. 250 kilowatts, let's go. Maximum power. So as this is not single shot qualifying, we take our time. The first lap will not be the fastest one, perhaps the second, perhaps the third. Those tires really gain energy over the course of the lap, and for qualifying I tend to reduce the region mode to 6 just to have the car not snapping once you're completely off the throttle. Ooh. Okay, we turn it back up because it still brakes, of course, which means if you want to have braking performance, you want to have the region on. Yeah, I saw 107's low in the quali. For some reason, well, I think the Formula, the rFactor 2 car only reaches 210 kph, so it's significantly slower in the straight. Ooh, F. Yeah, this is I'm not about to say I hate this, but with more energy, the car drives so significantly different. Such a huge change in balance and everything. No, you can't modify the gear ratio. Amazing. A drive-through for speeding. So 2 more warm-up laps. It looks exactly like I'm going to have a last to first challenge indeed. Okay. We are just living with the damage. It's incredible how close those drivers are at the wall. It's absolutely insane. I've watched both the races since teammate Sergio Camera from LMVS obviously has a seat. So we were looking. And now we are boxing for penalties. Amazing. So anyway, if I can ever get a lap together, if you still appreciate the content though, I would massively appreciate if you follow on Twitch, if you subscribe on the YouTube channel. Finally, no drive-through. Okay, let's heat up these tires. Full lock. As you can see, the front to heat. And also a bit of rear heat. Problem with those road street cars, they don't keep their heat very long. And that is enough of drifterama. So tires are optimal temperature right now, and they will be stone cold at the end of the lap. Well, not stone cold, but F. Well, I guess no update to the Formula E content because not necessary by Formula E. I remember so much the struggle to get the perfect lap in. Bonk. 1:11:10. So I've got 3 minutes. Maybe without bonking the car, it significantly slows down the car. You gotta be kidding me, really? Like, how hard can it be to do just a single clean lap? Yes, big lol, I know. I'm a bit tired today, so maybe that's why. No excuses though. I may admit that we maybe don't need a hammer lap, but it's about wanting. Ow! Yeah, broke the rear left, and that broke the lap. Corbett, thank you for the follow. Yeah, rear left, as I said, it's dead. Wow, amazing. Crackhead, thank you for the follow too. Better clean exit though. Coming around final turn, in a little bit of a slide, 1 minute 10.6. Man, I can't do a single lap. I surely could have done, I don't know, a 10... Can't even say what. 10-2? I can have a quali go with attack mode. Armed, I get 1 lap then. So I do 2 or 3 lappies to get the car up and running with tire temp. I mean, is it alright if I say it's not the biggest competition? It is a headache to learn. It took me a long time to learn it. Bad tongs and bad people would probably say, have you even learned it when you keep crashing? Pardon? Copy. Here we go. Full grid lap. Full grid lapping challenge, yeah? Let's go. Am I on... Later. Ah, I'm not on the wrong gear, I'm on the wrong power map. Oh no, engine set is... How can he have such a rocket start? Because you only have 200 kilowatts available now. And 200 kilowatts, this car is rather easy to drive, really. Ah, I know what he has done. There is a bug where you can select 250 kilowatts in the setup menu, and then it gets applied to the car. My bad, I forgot about this. Nah, there is no launch control or anything. It just had more power. Yeah, for the whole race. I think that's a bug still. I need to make some alarm. I keep taking those turps way too tight. It's a pain. Done too much Formula Pro driving and stuff. Smart and easy and controlled the fastest way in this car. One guy is out. And I remember this was the hardest part about Formula E Accelerate, when you had the attack mode and needed to do the move and needed to push. Make use of the power. That was a pain. Because the car balance and everything is chosen completely. Gazer, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the stream tonight. Yeah, pace is good, pace is great. We'll see that we do loads of consistency, perhaps. Oof. What are we doing? 1 minute 12.2. One 12.0. Oof. 112.1. So I think it's time for attack mode. Boom. How hard can it be to get one hot lap without a broken car? Oh no. So, brake for turn 18, attack mode armed, and active, let's go. Attack mode only 1 minute. Thought it's 2 minutes. Or is it even just 30 seconds? Oh no, the message was quite late there down the lap. Yeah, so we bonked the wall, F. It's no big deal though. This is the bigger deal. See the time lost, and also there would be quite a lot of energy lost. Red one, this is the Diriyah E-Prix. "20 minutes to go in the race." Or in other news, 22 laps. Sorry, 18 laps to go. So believe it or not, there is tire wear on this car, despite it doesn't look like it. Ow. Can't remember. Oh no, the car was shit after lap 1 because I got punted into turn 4 in the actual race here. Was about to say, can't remember how my car was. Ow. Or whether my car was fine in the accelerate race. Oof. I need to turn down the heat in this room. It's just way too hot. Not sure why they're not on the relative. 2 are still going. 1 guy left the race already, indeed. I mean, at this stage the car is also quite broke now. The Minimalist, thank you for your follow on our Twitch channel. Appreciate the support. This wasn't the really good one. See how a little slide in the exit immediately costs you time on the delta? It's just that car doesn't want to be sled at all. The more you drive it straight and without a slide, the faster it goes. Scary though. Sometimes those walls come too close. You're welcome, it's Wits. I hope this is a good one for you for sure. Okay, second time attack mode, here we go. It's active, push push. Ah! Ooh. I thought I was dead twice now. Yeah, you go and brake aggressively, and all this car is doing is saying, okay, I got your ass. So it's 30 seconds attack mode only. Why do we even have attack mode? This is a bit of a meme actually, this attack moding. See you there, it's Ritz, thank you for the support tonight. Appreciate your time. Like, you give away 1.8 seconds for a boost of 3/10. Like, amazing. But why? So meanwhile I'm looking at the car, the rear end has a little less performance. Yeah, it makes sense. We're sliding it too much. I mean, beyond that the car is completely broken every thinkable aspect anyway. The mechanics have to fix it. Ow. Yeah, now it's completely dead. Oof. Probably one of the reasons why FE isn't really popular. It's too easy to break it. Like the car is now completely toast. Why is it still not completely dead? I mean, okay, it won't be long now. 12 minutes. We can keep it on the track now. It will be a rally car by the end of the race, that's for sure. In hindsight, one could argue that my setup is a bit too oversteery. Like, it grants nice rotation in the first, second, third, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th lap. But then I think it's becoming a bit too... A bit too effy. So I'll potentially need to fix it. This track, once you're in the flow, still incredibly fun to drive. Challenging but fun. Especially with this car. Minutes to go. No wall bleeds. And I gotta say, it's extremely stressful. Like, you know, racing a car in Monaco is one thing, but racing it here is certainly a different level. Tell you what, if the guy that uses the 250 kilowatts engine power for the entire race would have survived turn 1, I would have had no chance whatsoever to re-overtake him. Like, where should I have done this? Some ludicrous dive somewhere in here? I mean, surely can't pass him on the straights, yeah? Ooh, ooh, ooh. Not into the wall. Good job. But I'm incredibly slow now. The car is so toast. This is not the tires issue, there's a car damage issue now. As you can see it also on the straights how slow it is. Copy. We're changing bite points. Yay! We've done an overtake. At least they fixed those cars already in the regard that there is just one single gear. F1 Accelerate was with 2 gears, which was a proper headache. Ah! So close, and we would have not even bonked the wall. Yeah, 5 minutes to go. Can't wait for it to be done. Lol. That's a way of taking it. I remember one issue in this S-curve that we just passed. The car was snappy AF, suddenly just went. It was like whether you were running through some hole in the bottom in the center of gravity, and the compression just made it somewhat ground. Amazing. Extremely hyper slow. But it was a drifter. Disclaimer, this is not how you should drive a Formula E car. One thing needs to be said though, 100%. And I think this is how I set up the car for the race. Remember in this race we kept pushing it all the way. No lift and coast whatsoever. Usually this car is meant to be coasted in the race, which has the side effect that you are much slower at the turn-in. You are braking less hard, you're driving the car just a lot more calm. Don't even let it start slide at all again. And I mean, this will save the rear big time for sure. As you know, if I would be just lifting, you brake early and you turn in and the car doesn't even swing around, neither really does it here, then everything is just that little bit more control, that little bit less lenient on rear tire rubber. Right now here we're braking everywhere on the edge, so it's quite standard for the car to use more rear tires. Because when you go in just that little bit more sideways into the turn and then you hit the throttle, car's immediately sideways again, just like it is here. I mean, of course you are in the long run using more of the rear tires than you want. It's quite, well, you know, the normal thing. Lightner 95, thank you for the follow, appreciate it. Some other advice I can give you is to use minimum steering input. This is what the car likes most. As we have 2 laps to go. Let's see what is still possible with a car with minimum steering input. Smooth is fast. Here we go. Ah, this is no good. Yeah, too much sliderama, and then this lap is already slower than the previous lap, which wasn't even pushed as hard. Oh well. What you gonna do with the rear? If final 3 turns. This turn feels so nice when you just hit it right. It's amazing. And this also, I love 90-degree turns a lot. Oh, we have another lap to go. Ooh, bonk. I thought I was done already. Didn't I say... I said 2 laps. Oh no! I nearly completely choked. It's too bad, if I didn't spin I could have lapped the P2 car, but okay. I spun and I drove a big F. Anyway guys, that's gonna do it for today. That's gonna do it for this one. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for your interest in this setup guide and 30-minute race. I may agree that the setup needs a click here or there regarding the rears. In brutal honesty, I will just fix it now, so that we have it ready for the next time. Something more dialed in than the basic set we ran from Formula E. Accelerate. This time the checkered flag is around with the power slide. What? How many attack modes do you need to take? Where does it even say that? So, no one has finished the race, yeah? Because I got DQ'd, everyone else is in pit road or dead. He ran out of energy or what? Dann hast du mich hier aber liegen. He just stopped. Ah, Christoph, it's fine. Why did you stop? You could have won the race. Because I got DQ'd. Where do I see how many attack modes one needs to do? Where do I see this? Anyway, one click on the rear. Should make the rear a bit smarter. Yeah, Christoph, I just finished the race, or I just crossed the line with 8 seconds to go, so there was another lap. But where does it say how many attack modes to be used? Oof. Yeah, nice. 0 points because yeah. Oh, so I get my points still? I don't get it. But where does it say on Sessions, schedule. How many attack modes one had to use? Yeah, either way, guys, I hope you have enjoyed this one. Was a little bit of fun, a little bit of a drama end. But anyway, if you've appreciated the content, I would appreciate a follow or a subscription on the YouTube channel. Would be much appreciated. Other than that, guys, I thank you for the evening. Thank you for your time. Hope that you are doing well. Hope that you have enjoyed it. And we'll come back for more sim racing related content here on Michi Hoyer Sim Racing. That would be absolutely amazing. Now we're gonna have a raid on, I don't know, Lubo. Let's go. Have a good evening, guys. Gonna see you over there on the iRacing stream of Lubo. And other than that, guys, tomorrow Traction GG, 8 PM Central European Time. We will be live again on Traction GG on the Twitch channel. That's gonna do it for this one. That's gonna do it for tonight. Thank you for your time. See you. Bye bye.